All right, welcome to SwiftHoops. Now, if you've ever begged the question of who's the best one-on-one basketball player right now, or who's the top 10, what's your top 5, etc., any of these questions, SwiftHoops is built to give you an objective reasoning behind who's number one, why is he number 7, etc. So, about me, I am a data analyst. My name is Pearson, and I do dashboards, and I also analyze data. I analyze real world data in order to make an impact. So, enough about me. Let's get on to this. As you can see here, there's over 300 players, 600 matches, 58 events. Now, this player count is more than likely due to a bunch of players that just are one and dones, honestly. You go to a city event and go back through, clean it up a little bit. Got some matches, 600 matches, a lot of matches. And then we have our events. Events are considered to be YouTube videos. So if a player beats somebody, uploads it to their YouTube channel. So a bunch of channels on here. We also have different types of bigger events, so like Baller's Life, Next Chapter, Off the Dribble. They do pay-per-views. Those would be considered events. Their own videos as well would be considered events. Now, about us, about me, about this. It's pure competition. Honestly, it's a one-on-one. I love one-on-one basketball. It's competitive. I always love playing one-on-one basketball. It's data-driven, mainly meant to be objective. The whole purpose behind this is to stop the biases, the subjectivity, the inconsistency, not looking at a player's history. It's low-key bars. But trying to be as objective as possible and as unbiased as possible. So if your favorite player isn't ranked too high, too bad. These are what the player needs to do in order to rank higher. And then I want to be as transparent as possible too. Again, there's no favoritism. You can't pay, and I'll say this again later, you cannot pay to be ranked higher. I want to build the infrastructure around this and be this sole not just ranking system, but to help these players get more opportunities. The sole infrastructure to be the ones that help these players get opportunities, the one that help these smaller platforms grow, etc. But we're always going to be stagnant if everything's subjective, everything's popularity based. So as you continue, here's how the rankings work. Number 1, opponent strength. If you're good, as in, hey, you're top 1, you're top 5, you're top 10, you're better than me, your wins are weighted stronger. And of course, if a number 5 guy loses to a number 45 guy, 45 guy goes up. Number 5 guy doesn't mean he loses a spot. Not in all cases, but ranking may go down. Format matters. As of now, I think everyone agrees within the one-on-one community that games to 30 are weighted the highest. As in, hey, this is the standard for playing a pay-per-view, playing a game to 30. Simple. I don't think there's, like, obviously in the past, I know we've had games that are best of 3, but first to 7, 1s and 2s. Like, honestly now, compared to what we have now, that's not a real one-on-one. So they shouldn't be weighted the same. Pay-per-view matchups carry more weight. Again, this is agreed upon. Now, I will say that the big 3, Next Chapter, Baller's Life, Off the Dribble, these platforms, these pay-per-view matchups on these platforms are rated the highest versus a middle tier. Middle tier platforms doesn't mean they're not a pay-per-view, technically, but as we're seeing, there's a whole bunch of pay-per-views popping off. The more of those that happen, pay-per-views value decrease. So we want to be able to have that a balance between it. We don't want pay-per-views to be too high. We also don't want them to be oversaturated. We want every game to every pay-per-view matchup at least to mean something. Again, on these channels as well, they're more than likely playing for more money. Stakes are higher because eyes are on you, not just in person, but online as well. Time decay. So recent results do matter more. It's not a bad thing, but just because you beat someone 2, 3 years ago doesn't mean you can beat them today. So, and it forces you to continue playing. You can't just stack up a bunch of wins in the past and then just not play today and expect to keep your rank. No. You want to encourage these players to continue playing. Head to head matchups. Now, if two players are directly at a tie, that's when head to head matchups are factored in. So, if Bruce and Isote, if these two players, these two one on one players, are exactly tied, but hey, Isote beat Bruce, Isote is ahead of Bruce. Quality win bonus, similar to opponent strength, but be somebody in the top 10, be someone in the top 5, be someone in the top 1, you get a higher bonus for that win. Streak tracking. So I like to call this the Nazir core rule. You're on a 2-year win streak. Obviously, there's a cap. Then you'll be rewarded for it. You should be rewarded for winning. You go on a 1, a 2, a 5 game win streak. You should be rewarded for it. And you also should be punished for going on a losing streak as well. You don't get to lose 5 games back to back to back to back and expect to keep your spot and expect to stay on the same platform, to play the same games, ask for better games. Nah. Then lastly, no pay to rank. Again, we not doing that. All right, now here's authority and governance. I feel like this is very straightforward. Again, I already talked about the ranking. Now there may be oversight. I did this to the best of my ability. There may be games I may have missed. I'm human, which is which is good because I'll be able to update it. Hey, maybe your player's not your favorite player's rank low, or you're a player watching this. You're like, hey, that man don't got my games on there. Man, I'm 7-0. I'm 8-1 right now. Okay, 70 games, put them on there. See where you rank them. I feel like that's fair. Historical integrity as well. So again, your past performance is rewarded. So even though there is a time decay, you're still rewarded for you getting your wins in the past. And then everything's documented. It shows, hey, this is how things are ranked. Here's why, etc. Now let's get to the dashboard. First thing you see when you pop up outside of these rankings, we'll look there in a second. We have current, so we can see the time periods, who is ranked to, or who is ranked and when and where. We have pay-per-views only, we have regular only for the games. We have weight classes, so now we have small guards, big guards, and wings. I have this in our rules, I believe, but small guards are players under 5'11". Guards are between 5'11 and 6'3 and under 210. Big guards is from, again, 5'11 to 6'3, but above 210. 210 or above. And then wings, there's anyone 6'4 plus. This may change as we cut down on, hey, if Nesco gains weight, he's 200, he's 5'10", 200. Maybe he gets bumped up to a guard. Maybe we just forget about the weight. We only go strictly height. Things may change. And of course, we have rank 2. So we can see total wins, who has the most wins, and then win percentage. So a lot of these guys who haven't played that much are going to have the best win percentage. If we go back here, see Nazir Core, rank number 1. More than likely due to pay-per-views, due to him being on a 2-year win streak, etc. We see Uncle Scoob, Nesco, Moan, and Zay. And I don't see Zay just getting beat out because everyone above him has like 10 or more games, 10 or more games played than him. So once Zay starts getting outside more, he'll probably shoot. He might take Nas's spot, for being honest. We scroll down. We have Bruce. I know people are going to be upset about Rob and Lamar, but hey, they ain't play as many games, so they're going to be ranked below certain people. And maybe, again, if I'm missing games, y'all can go through, tell me, and actually, that's what we'll move on to. If I go here, I click on a player's profile, I can see their entire match history. So I can see, hey, Nas is 37-3. Playing up is if Nas is playing a wing or a big. Playing down is crazy, 33-3. So that means he's beating a bunch of guards more than likely. And then we can see his win rate as well. We can also see his ranking progression. So this is from August of last year up until now, basically. And then here we can see his match history again. So we can see games of him playing up, playing down in the same class. Games of 30 only. Wins and losses only. Who has Nas lost to? Lost to Frigga, Ty Glover, Jose. Shout out Jose. And then we can also filter it by year as well. And another thing that we can do once I end up getting all these videos and going back through again, we can watch the videos. We can see the link. Hey, this is evidence that Nas is beating Frigga on a pay-per-view match. Outside of that, the last thing we have is really is head-to-head. So if you want to compare two players, how they played against each other, Nesco, Uncle Scoob, for instance. Here's the score, here's one, and I'll be getting these games up as well to post a link to the games. So overall, yeah, this is what we have. You can filter by guards as well, by weight classes, you ranked, unranked, etc. Shout out my dog B-Dos. Y'all watch him. Gotta shout him out too. And yeah, this is basically it. I know y'all probably have a bunch of feedback. Give me all the feedback. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. If you have any questions, I'll probably do other videos explaining why. And if you have any inquiries as well, just shoot, leave a comment, hit the email, anything. Well, all right, that's it for me. Peace.